guys, Adam Fenig here with Fenig Equipment, and today we're going to talk about why we use a 25 wave blade on our parallel linkage fertilizer coulters. We prefer the Yetter parallel linkage coulter, and that is because it keeps the knife in the ground. A lot of the single arm coulters, when you run into hard ground and pressure, this knife will rear up out of the ground, and as you put more down pressure on it, it just gets worse and worse because there's a single pivot point up here and your leverage is all the way back here. What this second arm does is it locks this knife from coming up. It can't happen. And so we prefer the Yetter parallel linkage coulter. But we have a lot of conversations about what blades we use. And Cody, if you come in behind here, we'll talk about why we use the 25 wave. The 25 wave, and if we talk about waves of a coulter, the lower the number of the waves, the wider they are. So if there's only 8 waves on a coulter, it's going to be really wide cutting. A ripple coulter has got about 100 ripples. They're really small ripples though. This one's a 25, so it's in between. So why I like the 25 is if you look here, Cody, at the width of the knife and the width of the blade. So the first reason is because when this blade spins, these waves are going to cut a slot in the ground that is wider than our knife. And what that does is it allows us to get more acres out of our knife, and it lets the blade do the job, do the work. And so that's reason number one. You're going to get more longevity out of your knives. Reason number two, look at the edges of this blade. This wave creates an edge. It's probably 3/4 of an inch wide. What happens is when you put this blade in the ground and it's spinning, it crumbles and breaks down that sidewall. Well, we always talk about how when you're side dressing, that gap wants to open up as the season goes on. It gets hot out, the ground shrinks up, and it widens. Well, these ripples on the edge break down that sharp edge and they close it up for you. Now, we still see a necessity for the innkeepers because they won't completely close the slot, but if you don't run the innkeepers, the 25 wave blade will definitely allow you to save on fertilizer and help you close that slot a lot better than what a narrow cutting ripple blade would. So those are the main 2 reasons why we use the 25 wave blade. It'll help seal up that slot, and you'll also get a lot more life out of that rear knife. So if you guys are looking to get a better coulter and get better placement out of your fertilizer, look no further than the Yetter parallel linkage coulter from Fenig Equipment. Thanks for tuning in.